Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management? Headline: Americans are claiming Social Security early, fearful of its future. That was from the Wall Street Journal. Let's dig in with Eric Strom, Director of Financial Planning at Annex Wealth Management, also a CFP and an EA enrolled agent with the IRS. Hey, Eric.
Hello, Danny.
So most people know that waiting to start drawing benefits typically leads to a bigger monthly check, but many don't want to wait right now. Wall Street Journal story thinks there might be fear driving that decision.
Well, I think that they're right, because this is something that we are hearing from many of our clients.
Why are Americans choosing to claim Social Security earlier than the plan, and where is the fear coming from?
First of all, retirees have already been anxious about Social Security. I mean, we've been hearing about the funding for years. Remember the report that came out last year, the 2024 Trustees Report, showed depletion of the trust fund by the mid-2030s. We all heard the 20% potential reduction. I mean, that alone is enough to get a lot of people anxious about this. But some clients are kind of now in 2025 really believing that if they don't claim now, I've heard from one client, if I don't claim now, my benefit could be cut if I don't get it started now. And while there have been legitimate changes to Social Security, there's really no credible discussion of that. But you hear things like that out there.
Yeah, well, 2030 used to sound way in the future, but it's not. Social Security Administration been hit by staffing cuts. They've changed the phone claiming requirements, and that's got to factor in.
There's already now thousands fewer employees at the Social Security Administration. In particular, Danny, it's the in-person offices. Many throughout the U.S. have had staffing cuts, and that's led to longer wait times. We're hearing that this is especially affecting disability insurance claims too, even more than just the retirement claims. You alluded to the phone change. So there is now a reduced ability to claim over the phone. Now, to be specific, you can start claims, but to help prevent fraud, you now have to go into the office to finish the claim or just apply through the secure portal online. They're really trying to crack down on fraudulent claims.
We're with Eric Strom, Director of Financial Planning at Annex Wealth Management. People taking Social Security earlier because they're worried about the long-term viability. So there's an impact when you claim it early versus waiting for full retirement age or later. We've been over this many times, but for the sake of this discussion, why do experts generally advise against early claiming?
I will say, first of all, there are times where claiming early can be strategically the right choice. Or if you're married, in many cases, starting one benefit early, but delaying a larger benefit, for example, may be the most strategic. But the key, Danny, is the word strategic. Social Security optimization and the timing of your Social Security has many downstream implications when you look at the holistic financial planning. Are you going to do Roth conversions? Are we trying to unwind this concentrated position you have? Even just tax reasons alone, although it goes well beyond tax, there are many factors there, and you want to be very strategic about when you start Social Security. And you don't want to decide based on fear. You want to use factors that are important when it comes to financial planning and those logistical factors, because Medicare, a lot of people paying their Medicare premiums right from their checks. So if you do delay, you have to get billed for that. So there's different logistical factors there too.
Folks, if you are a client of Annex Wealth Management and you've got questions, we need to talk. You need to talk to Eric and his team.
Yeah, and really, if you, and especially if you're a client of Annex, of course, but no matter what you don't want to do is make financial decisions based out of fear. That's a theme among all financial planning. Where you don't want to make investment decisions out of fear. You don't want to sell all of your investments and move to cash out of fear. So in general, what you want to do, talk to a professional, get advice about starting your Social Security. And really, it's a holistic distribution planning question from our perspective, because starting Social Security early or not, let's say you do delay, well, you have to have income from somewhere if you've retired. So if we want to deliberately unwind certain types of accounts, it can be great to delay Social Security for that. However, sometimes starting one or both benefits early can be strategically the right option too. The point is you want to have that broader financial planning basis for when you're starting Social Security, rather than just simply thinking, oh, the whole system's coming down, so I just want to start early just in case. Do not act out of fringe ideas, act out of widely agreed upon ideas.
Sure. And we're a big fan of saying, well, it depends, right? So folks, stay informed. talk to Annex Wealth Management, get the assessment of our financial planning team.
We're happy to have a discussion with you as well. You can always go to annexwealth.com and click on the Get Started button if you ever want to have a conversation with us. No matter what, just make sure you are paying attention to where you're getting information from and making sure you check the legitimacy of that. Again, not acting out of fear. That's our big theme for today's conversation about this.
Eric Strom, Director of Financial Planning at Annex Wealth Management. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny.